So I've noticed that the Southern Goth palette has definitely brought a few newbies to cream shadows, so I'm going to show you exactly how to use them and some tips and tricks. So the Mob Cream Clay formula is a cream formula. It goes on creamy and dries down to a velvety texture. So I tend to have quite oily eyelids, so what I'm going to do is make sure I don't have too much concealer floating around in the crease of my eye. Just going to wipe that away with a clean finger. You can obviously go without concealer on the eyelid as well. Then on a small fluffy brush, I'm going to take a nice dose of the Mob translucent powder. You can use any type of translucent powder for this. So I like to apply my cream clay eyes two different ways. Sometimes I will just use my finger. And I'm just going to pat it onto the lid, just starting low down. And then I'm just going to use a clean finger to blend it. You can always pat it on with your finger and then just blend through with a little blending brush as well. That right there is why I always go back to the cream clay formula, because you can see I just literally did an eye in like 10 seconds there. For the other side, I'm going to show you how I would do it with a brush. Just using a flat little shader brush, the Cosette D225. And just essentially like what we just did, I'm just going to pat it onto the lid like so. And then we're just going to take a fluffy brush. This is the Cosette S175, and I'm just going to sweep that through the crease of the eye. I'm just going to tap in with my finger. That's the thing with cream clays, is that they just blend so easily. If you make a little mistake, it's pretty easy to just fix with your finger. Pop a little bit underneath. Cosette number 9 brush. If you are an artist or just an artsy kind of person and you love playing around with paints, these feel like you're playing with paints. Obviously I'm just doing one shade today, but you can mix them together. Literally the combination's endless. Like green and this dark brown. What does that make? Okay. I love playing around with all of the different combinations. All right, now that that's done, I'm gonna go back in with that translucent powder. I'm just gonna set the lid. So if you have oily and slightly hooded eyes like me, the best thing to do is to make sure that you don't have too much concealer on first, because creams on top of creams just creates more emollient playtime. And also setting before and after with translucent powder is a game changer too. One of the things that I do love about leaving a cream clay eyeshadow unset is that it really looks lived in and gives you that grungy kind of I've just been at the party all night look. Because they are a cream, you can literally use them anywhere if you like. I've absolutely been loving this cream clay eyeshadow as the perfect grungy 90s brown. Let's use a little bit of this waterproof lip liner with it. I'm just gonna pop a little bit of this onto the cheeks as well. It's very pigmented, so I'm just gonna buff it off a little bit on my hand here. I love it when you sheer out a cream clay color and the subtle different undertones come out of it. In the lab, that's what we call stretching a color. Okay, loving that blush color. Very cute. So those are the different ways that you can use cream clay eyeshadows, and also how to minimize creasing on the eyelids. After a few hours, if it creases, I just kind of tap it in with my finger, and then usually you're good to go after that. But embrace the lived in look, guys. It looks so cool. Thanks for watching, and if you have any more questions about cream clay eyeshadows, please drop them below. Bye.